The last bit of news I want to share with you is that Louisiana is getting a National Estuarine Research Reserve, or ANERR. This is a network of protective areas representing all the biogeographic regions and estuarine types in the United States. You notice on this map of blue that there is one coastal state that's been missing. That is Louisiana. And thankfully, we're actually going to fill that gap. This is a state-federal partnership with NOAA. As I mentioned, we're the last coastal state to get one. It's going to be located in the Atchafalaya Basin. And this morning, when you guys were meeting across the hall, I was actually down at the CPRA board meeting for the official announcement that LUMCON has been chosen as a state agency to manage the ANERR. So we're very excited about this. And I want to thank Dr. Reed, in particular, the entire Board of Regents staff and their support in positioning ourselves to be able to be successful at being the state agency chosen by the governor to manage this great new expansion to a high-profile research reserve in Louisiana and the Atchafalaya Basin. One of the things that really, I think, makes us well-positioned for this is the fact that we are this consortium where we bring together the expertise of all the universities in the state, as well as our partnerships with other agencies throughout. And so we're really excited about this. And I think it's a great way for us to expand our footprint and to help serve the state in an important capacity. So I showed you earlier what I thought were the 5 main arms and pillars of LUMCON. As of today, we can say that there will be a 6th, and that is the ANERR that will be based in the Atchafalaya Basin. And so with that, I'll take any questions you might have. Thank you very much.
Are there any questions of the committee?
What is the principal focus of the Atchafalaya Basin from the standpoint of your work?
In terms of the ANERR itself?
Yes.
Or,
why is that particular area an important resource to work in?
Well, so when you look at that national network of sites, one of the things that you see is that while there are estuaries all around the country, one of the things that is really lacking is a focus on a very large river delta. We have pretty much the biggest one around, right? And so it makes a really unique sort of end member. And I think in short order, it's probably going to become one of the highlights of the entire system. And the way I look at the Atchafalaya Basin is that it's this great sort of mini system of all of Louisiana. All of the habitats that you find within Louisiana are found within the Atchafalaya Basin. And so it's not only a model for how Louisiana has formed, it's also a model for how river deltas around the world form. You have the Wax Lake Delta, which has been allowed to sort of develop as a delta that's not being manipulated itself, which makes it this great model that people use for how deltas form. And so I think it's a really unique environment. We've got the large swamp of the Atchafalaya up above, and you lead down into this dramatic estuary that connects directly to the Gulf of Mexico. So I think it's a really great opportunity to highlight what's unique about Louisiana, and it provides tremendous opportunities for partnerships. The state is investing a lot in the Atchafalaya Basin itself in terms of programs that are focused more upstream within the watershed. And this is going to focus more on the estuarine end. And so it provides a lot of opportunities for our state to leverage that capacity to try to get more national attention. So I think in terms of a unique environment, it's a fantastic one for us to look at. And the amount of community support that is present within that basin is overwhelming. I know I'm trying to keep this very short, but I will say that when I led the proposal team for the Atchafalaya Basin, when we were in the site selection process, and I gave town halls throughout the basin, and I gave one in Morgan City. And this was really when we're just starting to lift some of the restrictions from the pandemic. The room was planned for about 100 people in there, and we ended up pulling in chairs, and we had 250 people on site, and we had another 150 people online. And it was supposed to run for an hour and a half, and I had people there keeping me for almost 3 hours because of the enthusiasm of this community in Morgan City and the surrounding areas. And so I think it's really great for that for that community. It also is really uniquely situated within the state, where it's bracketed by a lot of our universities that are all within the extended part of the watershed. And so I think the opportunities for collaboration amongst our universities is really, really high. And that's one of the reasons why I think that LumCon is in a great position to be the managing agency, because of the fact that we can bring all of these partners together.
I'm glad I asked that question.
Yeah.
So I'm a little passionate about it, just a little.
Thank you, Regency. Any other questions for Dr. Roberts? Dr. Roberts, hearing none, I want to congratulate you for today's announcement for LumCon managing the ANERR, and also thank you for the update of what's going on down the bayou. So,
Thank you very much.
is there a motion to adjourn the statewide programs committee? I have a motion by Regent Finley, a second by Regent Aubrey. Any questions on Reddit? All in favor say aye. Any oppositions? Ayes have it. We're moving on.
All right, thank you so much.